You take that off.
And it's cake.
Okay, it is my birthday week. At the time of filming, I'm here in my parents' kitchen and we are gonna make some chocolate cake. The easiest chocolate cake recipe ever that you will be able to hold in your head and never need to pull up a recipe. This is also one that kids can memorize super easily to be able to make a cake on their own. But being able to quickly and easily remember a recipe for a chocolate cake can be a great budget move to be able to make something quickly and simply at home to get the maximum nutrient density, well-sourced ingredients or budget-friendly ingredients, or just work with what you have, which you can do in this recipe. Today we're going to use 4 ounces of all the ingredients, so that's all you need to remember. So we're going to use 4 ounces of a fat, 4 ounces of a sugar, 4 ounces of eggs, and 4 ounces of self-raising flour. And that is all you need. Now, along the way, I will tell you some modifications that we can make. We're going to make it chocolate today, but that is your basic formula, is 4 ounces of everything. You are going to need a kitchen scale. Often we can think using cups is easier, but actually I think using a digital scale can be a really simple way with baking to get exactly the right amounts, and for kids as well. We're just looking for that number on the scale. We also use this for making coffee to make sure we don't make too much and waste it and spend more than we need. So this is the one thing that you will need. You can adjust it for cups. It just becomes not quite so simple and kid friendly, but I'll note that below. So today we're going to use 4 ounces of everything. That's the formula. 4 ounces. You can change this to be in any multiple of 2 to make more or less cakes so that you can always only make exactly what you need and still not have to look up a recipe. Today we're going to use 4 ounces of butter, but you could use any fat, a coconut oil, a neutral flavored oil, or even in a pinch, a runny nut butter. It will be slightly different, but it still works. Then we're going to use 4 ounces of any sugar. I've got a soft brown sugar, but you can also use maple syrup or honey, any sugar. We're going to use 4 ounces by weight. Then we're going to use 4 ounces of eggs, but here's the trick. We're not going to weigh the eggs. The average egg is about 2 ounces. So we're just going to divide that overall number by 2, which means for a cake where we're using 4 ounces of everything, that's 2 eggs. We're going to use 4 ounces of self-raising flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, you can make a quick and easy adjustment by adding some baking powder. I'll note that below. It also means you can adjust this for a nut flour or an oat flour. It will work with any of those. You just need 4 ounces. Now, today we're going to make a chocolate cake. So I'm going to make part of that 4 ounces cocoa. I'm just going to add a few tablespoons of cocoa and then top up to 4 ounces with my self-raising flour. You can then add vanilla, chocolate chips, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of so many different things or flavorings, but this is the base recipe that we're going to use that will make you a cake every time. Okay, let's get started.
We're going to start by gathering our ingredients and preheating the oven to 350 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius. Then you want to line the cake tin. This is a 6-inch cake tin for this size of cake, and we're going to line it with, I love a compostable parchment paper, but any one will do. Next, we want to tear the scale with our mixing bowl on it and start adding our ingredients. So tearing just means putting it back to a 0 so we can really easily measure. We're going to put in 4 ounces of butter and then add in 4 ounces of whatever our sugar is and mix those together with a fork really well. We added the eggs in here. That was an oops. Don't do that. We poured them out into a bowl and kept on mixing our sugar and butter until they were really smooth and nicely combined. This is when you want to add the eggs. So crack them in one at a time and then whisk them with the fork again until they're really nice and combined. We're just adding each ingredient, mixing it together, tearing the scale and adding the same amount of the next ingredient. So we're back on the scale, we're taking it to 0, and now it's time for flour. Like I said, we're doing chocolate here, so we've added about 1/8 of the total weight, but it really doesn't matter how much, just a little bit of cocoa, and then we'll top it up with self-raising flour until again it hits that 4 ounces mark. Mix everything together until it is really nicely combined. Then we're going to put it into the lined cake tin. smooth it over roughly and pop the cake into the oven. It takes about 25 minutes, but every oven is different. You're looking for it to be springy when you touch it and for a skewer when inserted to come out clean.
Okay, it's had 25 minutes in the oven and it is nice and springy to the touch. We've been playing outside and I've lost the kids to the garden. They're not coming in, but we're done.
I'm now turning it out onto a wire rack so it can cool like this and not get soggy from cooling in the tin. We're going to peel off that parchment paper and then you can do what you want. You can add a ganache, a frosting, jam, another layer, anything you want. We're going to keep it really simple today.
We've gardened, we've played with friends, we're coming back for our cake. You ready to try? Okay.
There is the inside of the cake. It really is the simplest recipe to make that you can modify for what you have on hand or what you need the ingredients to be. We're going to top it really simply with some Greek yogurt and cherries today and dive into it while it is still warm.
There are some helpful links in the caption below, and if you want to see how we fit our daily eating into an average UK budget while shopping organic, I have linked that video to play as well. They've gone back to play. I'm going to finish this slice by myself.